Welcome into Herman Brothers Field as the Maxim Miners play their second of 2 home games here on this stretch before an off day tomorrow, and then 2 Chugiak on Thursday. Hi everybody, I am Bruce Landon, joined by my partner Sean Neef, and tonight Miners take on the Chugiak Eagle-River Chinooks, who come in today at 5 and 4 days off day yesterday. They're coming off a win on Sunday. For the Miners, they dropped the game on Saturday in Anchorage against the Glacier Pilots at an off day Sunday. They got back in the winning ways on Monday with a 5-2 win over the Peninsula Oilers last night. Casey Rother increased his average, going up to 433 on the year, had 3 hits, including a couple of RBIs and a double. For the Miners today on the mound, they will send Daniel Naughton to the bump. Naughton from Gonzaga University, a junior. On the year, Naughton, 2 innings, hasn't allowed a run. A lot of 2 hits, struck out 2. His fastball is very reliable. His counterpart for the visiting Chinooks is pitcher Zack Sundine, who this year has been putting up pretty solid numbers, to say the least. 13 and 2/3 of an inning. .66 ERA. He's been pretty much untouchable so far. 3 games for 48. He struck out 9 and 13 and 2/3. Now, for the Chinooks lineup, Sean is going to hit that team.
And today the Chinooks, they have some new faces, but mostly familiar. They have the outfield, of course, Will Batt's going to be standing out there in center field. Hayden Keller is going to be one of the newer names we haven't seen too often. He's going to be taking over duties in left field. Kobe Ferris, of course, is going to be standing out there in right. And from first all the way across, Matt Magnow, he's still going to be holding it down at first. They seem to really be happy with how Joe Keel's been doing behind the plate. So he's going to be at that job there today. Second base is going to be Paddy Mckerman, of course, one of the favorite names out of everybody. Shortstop is going to be held down by John Mark Mullins. And, of course, third is going to be Peyton Fullerton. As already mentioned, they do have Zack Sundine on the mound today.
And for your Miners, their batting order is as follows. Leading off in center field, number 44, Tyler Wilson. Batting second at third base, Jordan Williams. Batting third in right field, number 48, Casey Rother. Batting fourth from St. John's University, number 37 at first base. Batting fifth and DHing is number 43, Tyler Rando. Batting sixth in left field is 36, Mike Ferreira. Batting seventh and catching the routine, Sam Thompson. Batting eighth at second base, the great Josh Mozak. And batting ninth at shortstop is David Bermudez. As now we will take a brief pause for the national anthem. Tonight's national anthem is sung by Jeanne Ewert. Jeanne is a 14-year employee of the Member Building Department at MEA. So we're going to take a quick break and be back with the action in just a few moments. Welcome back into Herman Brothers Field, as now we are going to have a first pitch thrown tonight by Wyatt Craner. Wyatt plays for the MEA-sponsored Plumber Little League Majors team. Team MEA won first place at the Howling Days tournament last weekend. They only gave up 9 runs across 5 games. So congratulations to Team MEA. As Craner's first pitch is into the glove of Waylon Payne. And we are about to get infield warm-up here in the Matthew Valley. Defensive alignment left to right. In the starting with the outfield, on left is Mike Ferreira. Center field, Tyler Wilson. Over in right is Casey Roffer. Infield left to right at third. It is the third baseman. Shortstop, it is David Bermudez. Over at second base is Josh Berozek, with a day off yesterday, was nursing some kind of injury. And over at first base is Nick Sorelli. Pitcher catch batter is the aforementioned Naughton and Sam Thompson. So coming up here in the first inning for Naughton, he's going to face Will Batts, starting center fielder. Usual leadoff hitter for the Chinooks. Batting second, stop John Mullins, and in that lead hole, it's Joe Keel behind the plate. It's been a pretty consistent lineup this year for the Chinooks. Miners sporting their regular home green uniforms, white pants. For the Chinooks, it is their road navy blues, gray pants. Chugiak Eagle-River Chinooks coming in today at 5-4, like I previously mentioned, good for third in the ABL, just behind the Matsu Miners, who are tied for first actually at 5-3 with the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. The Glacier Pilots do have the edge with the head-to-head records, so the Miners come in today technically in second place, and we are about to play ball here at Herman Brothers Field. Beautiful night for baseball. It was pretty hot actually during the day, but it's cooled off just a bit. Really nice baseball weather today. And coming on is Naughton. He prepares to face Will Batts. Naughton staring in, looking for his first pitch of the game. Will Batts at the plate. First pitch from Naughton. Fastball, and it's just a tick low. We are underway here from Herman Brothers Field. First pitch on the day at 7:03 p.m. Naughton from the stretch, the 1-0. Fastball called strike. Yeah, Naughton can really dial it up. Anywhere from 90 to 94 on the gun with that fastball. More of a reliever at Gonzaga, but he's tasked with eating some innings today for the Miners. Certainly some effective innings at that, as he has Will Batts 1-1 here. As here's another fastball, strike 2 on the inside portion. And ahead in the count now is Daniel Naughton.
And that definitely seems like it's going to be a bit more of those bullpen days today, as Naughton has proved his ability to really push back heat with another strike there.
As Naughton throws that one down in the dirt, gone swinging is Will Batts, running over to first on the drop third, but throw it down there in time, and now it's 1 away for John Mark Mullins. John Mark Mullins, the everyday shortstop for the Chugiak Eagle-River Chinooks. He is actually their leading hitter right now in batting average, hitting .357 across 28 bats, played 9 games. He's 10 for 28. He's got a couple of doubles and a triple, a couple of RBIs as well. Another impressive stat, he's worked 8 walks already, a very high on-base percentage for the 2-hitter for the Chinooks. As Naughton at the set, here's the first pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss off the outside edge. Naughton blows it by him, ahead 0-1 now.
You'd think that they'd be a bit more caught up after watching some of those first few fastballs go by, but his heat just really seems to catch you off guard if you're not ready.
Standing at the stretch now, Naughton. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, strike 2. He's really commanding that fastball so far. And now ahead here, 0-2 on John Mark Mullins, who's been on base 18 times already this year. 10 hits, 8 walks. Mullins, the left-handed batter. Naughton at the stretch, the 0-2. Fastball fouled back to the screen. So, still alive is Mullins. Outfield for the Miners, playing him pretty much straight up. Casey Rother, right field, is actually shaded back just a tad. Middle infield playing more towards the hole. So a lot of room back up the middle. Naughton sets, the 0-2. Swung on line, just over a jumping David Bermudez. So John Mark Mullins continues his hitting ways as he turns around an 0-2 fastball and sprays it into left field for the first hit of the day for the Chinooks.
And now up for the Chinooks, their catcher.
And a lot of what we were speaking on plenty of times that we've seen this team in the last 3 meetings is this team, while they do have real fast players who like to play and get smart plays and placement, they don't have a lot of power, so any single that they can get early on with that only 1 out in the inning is going to be huge for a team like this.
Joe Keel to the plate now. Keel has actually struggled a decent amount this year against the Miners in their 3 meetings. Coming to this game batting .235. First pitch to him, fastball, strike 1. Naughton starting to really get ahead of hitters. This is his 2nd out of 3 gone ahead on. But the first hitter, Will Batts, he threw that first pitch ball and then battled back on 3 straight strikes. So right-handed hitter Keel at the plate as there's a check over to first on John Mark Mullins. On back to the set. Naughton has one of the best mustaches I think I have ever seen. Perfectly groomed. I wish I could have that.
Well, it's only the mustache, too. And teammate Nick Sorelli seems to have followed in the path as well.
As here's a slow tapper out the short. Bermudez, no shot at second, but a nice play on the charge here, throwing out Keel easily. 2 away. John Mark Mullins moves up to second base, and it'll be a runner in scoring position now with 2 away for the cleanup hitter for the Chinooks. It's Peyton Fullerton. Fullerton on the year, a .286 batter. 8 for 28. He's got no home runs, but he's got a couple of RBIs, also works 5 walks. That's a trend on this Chinooks team. They do walk a lot. Lots of walks up and down the lineup.
And they do have a great eye when it comes to breaking balls and off-speed pitches, but when you're facing a pitcher like Naughton with a primary fastball, it's a lot harder to lay off.
As there's a fastball, hits the top of the zone, strike 1. Continues to go ahead of hitters. Peyton Fullerton now down 0-1. Yeah, the Chinooks aren't the most powerful team in terms of extra base hits in the ABL. They really pride their offense on speed and on-base skills. Naughton has him 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and roped foul down the left field line. Well foul. So 0-2 here on Peyton Fullerton. Fullerton, left-handed batter. Plays his college baseball over at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. As now there's a brief time on the field. Umpire pointing in the Miners' dugout looking for something. And now we are ready to resume baseball. 0-2 here on Peyton Fullerton. So many UAB baseball players on this team. Fullerton one of them. Naughton at the set. Checks the runner at second. Back to the plate. 0-2 pitch. Just missed off the plate. Was a ball, but a very little room for error on that pitch.
Especially with such a fast one, it's not going to have a lot of movement that's going to cause the ump to have any confusion. When it comes and hits the mitt, that's usually exactly where it was.
There's a fastball just low again. Naughton is not missing by much. That fastball is so lively. Miners have a lot of pretty hard throwers on this team compared to other teams in the ABL. A lot of guys who can go low to mid-90s. Hard throwers. Naughton one of them. He's now 2-2 here on Peyton Fullerton. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded foul up the third baseline. Jordan Williams got the start over there today, fielding that in foul territory. Yeah, Jared Sweeney, who we've seen over there for the last number of games, is now in the lineup today. Williams from Angelo State.
And part of that might come back to the hitting numbers that they've already seen from Williams compared to Sweeney so far. He can be moved all around the infield, and Williams, in only his first game with the Miners, had 2 hits. So he's already shown some prowess to see the ball better than what Sweeney has at the moment.
2-2 coming to Fullerton. Fastball. Ooh, where did that miss? 3-2. Naughton is just barely missing. He's put 3 really good pitches, and you got to give credit to Fullerton being able to lay off each one of them. So now 3-2. Counts full on Pete Fullerton. John Mark Mullins stands out at second base. David Bermudez holding him on. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball's in the dirt. Thompson throws down to first. And there's the second strikeout of the game. Daniel Naughton does give up a 1-out single, but strikes out a couple and gets out of the first unhinged. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Miners trying to get some early offense on the board, and we'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. Welcome back into Herman Brothers Field as Zack Sundine toes the rubber. The MSU Denver product. First pitch from him is low with a breaking ball. 1-0. Sundine obviously has been dominant this year. Just a .66 ERA. Sundine from the wind. 1-0 to Tyler Wilson is a fastball outer edge. Sundine doesn't come at you with extreme velocity, rather just trying to paint the edges. Sundine working quickly. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 2. So Tyler Wilson now behind in the count and batting for the right side, switch hitter against the left-hander Sundine. Looks to become the first runner. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball just tapped away. So Wilson just manages to get a piece of that, and you'll stick around to see another. Wilson, Williams, Rother due up for the Miners here in the first. Tyler Wilson at a 1-2 count. Here it comes. And he missed low. So Wilson evens it up here at 2-2. A couple guys we haven't seen yet for the Chinooks. One, their DH, Johnny Graham, as here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Wilson down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Zack Sundine. But as I was saying, Hayden Keller in left field we have not seen yet. He's the Chinooks left fielder for today, as now it's going to bring up Jordan Williams to the plate. Jordan had a solid single to the outfield yesterday, as well as an infield single on a slow tapper to deep short.
And a lot of that comes from the speed he's already bringing now to the lineup. He seems like he's definitely fitting in well. And like we mentioned before, when you see these Angelo State players come up to the bat, you better keep your eyes peeled because they usually put it into play one way or another.
Yeah, Miners got a good amount of speed on the field today. Wilson, Williams, Morozek, all very speedy. As here's a little tapper in front of the plate, out to get it is Keel. He's up with it, throw to first in time. Got him by a couple of steps. So 2 quick outs for the Miners here in the bottom of the first. And now it's going to bring up the man of the hour, Casey Rother. 3 for 4 yesterday. including a double, knocked in a couple runs. He's hitting .433 right now. Rother, another impressive statistic on him. He's walked just as much as he struck out, 3 of each. He's got 13 hits and 30 at-bats, 6 of them going for extra bases, 5 doubles and a homer. Sundine working from the line. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball over the outside edge, strike 1. Yeah, Sundine really impresses me with his breaking ball and his ability to really locate it on the outside.
And I mean, that's the reason he's been able to last as many innings as he has so far.
As there's a fastball roped into left field. Over to get it in left field is the left fielder, Hayden Keller. He's got it. Rother with a semi-decent turnaround first. And what can you say? Casey Rother is on a mission right now at the plate. Given 14 hits in 31 at-bats. He is hitting everything.
He's currently leading the ABL in average, and if he keeps going the way he's at right now, I don't see that changing anytime soon.
He's almost automatic at the plate right now. So it's going to step in Mike Ferreira. See, watches ball 1 on a breaking ball in. Ferreira hitting cleanup today, even against the left-hander Sundine. Past few games have been a struggle for Ferreira, but we all know about his light tower power. 2 home runs on the year. Sundine from the stretch, the 1-0. Breaking ball flutters over the outside edge. Mike Ferreira even count now 1-1.
It's actually Nick Sorelli at the plate right now.
Nick Sorelli, rather, had the name.
Even more power than Mike Ferreira would have at the plate right now as Sorelli lifts that one to the left.
Sorelli down 1-2 now. Sorelli on the year hitting .269. 7 hits and 26 at-bats. Got a pair of doubles, pair of home runs. Knocked in 4, also walked 5 times. Sorelli in now. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball just missed.
He was patient there. He was able to wait out that breaking ball and really make sure that he knew where it was going. He wasn't going to get too early on it like he was waiting on a fastball.
He wanted that one, but held off. 2-2 coming. Here it is. And it missed inside with the fastball. So now 3-2 with 2 away here in the first. Casey Rother is going to be moving on this pitch. Sorelli with anything to the gap is going to score him. The big first baseman back in, looking to create damage. 3-2 from Sundine. Here it is. Breaking ball just fouled away by Sorelli. That was a really nice location on that breaking ball. Spun it off the outside edge, but Sorelli fouls it off. He'll stick around now, 3-2.
And Sorelli seems to be becoming synonymous with these long at-bats, the way he's able to really challenge pitchers, especially in his first time at the plate.
He really does work counts. Tyler Rando, the designated hitter, would be next. 3-2, Rother going, swing and a miss. Sorelli frustrated with himself there. So Zack Sundine puts a couple minors away on strikes here in the first inning. Minors get a 2-out single by Casey Rother, but can't bring him around. We will head to the second inning. Miners 0, Chinooks 0. We'll be back here in the top of the second, here from Herman Brothers Field on YouTube. Welcome back here to the Matsu Valley, as here to lead it off for the Chinooks is their 5th hitter, Johnny Graham. Puts a 2-hopper over to short. Bermudez, close throw, and just threw him out. So David Bermudez Goes 6-3, 1 pitch, 1 out. Gone is the designated hitter, Johnny Graham. That'll bring up the left fielder, Hayden Keller. We haven't really got to see him yet this year. Keller, left-handed batter, left field today. Looking to create something here for the Chinooks in the second. Keller into the box. Here's the first pitch. Fastball just missed inside. Keller had an account 1-0. I'd like to give a shout out to the 2021 sponsor of Matsu Miners Baseball, Pacific Northwest Regional Council of Carpenters and Carpenters Union Local. As there's a soft ground ball over to the second baseman, Morozek. Easy play. So a couple of really quick outs here in the second inning for Daniel Naughton. And that's going to bring up the 7-hitter in the order for the Chinooks. It's going to be right fielder Colby Ferris, who we've already seen plenty of. Ferris, right-handed batter. On the year, Ferris sitting just above the Mendoza line, 219. Got 7 hits and 32 at-bats. No home runs or RBIs to speak of. Here's the first pitch. It's in the dirt with the fastball, so Naughton behind 1-0 here with 2 outs in the second.
And likely seeing a lot more aggressiveness from the Chinooks batters after seeing how much he likes to push past them with like pitch like that.
As he drops in. Nice little off-speed pitch there, 1-1. Back in is Ferris at the set. The 1-1 swung on, grounded softly over to third. Williams picks it up, throws it across the diamond in the dirt. Nice screw over there by Nick Sorelli. So the Chinooks hit it all around the Miners infield here in the second. Ground out to short, ground out to second, ground out to third. And the Miners will go into the bottom of the second. Still no score. Both teams, no runs on, 1 hit. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Miners trying to look for some offense. We'll be right back here from Herman Brothers Field. Welcome back in here to the Matsu Valley as Tyler Rando, still looking for his first Miners hit, went 0 for 3 yesterday, will step into the box. Rando walked as well in that game.
And now up, designated hitter
bat
number
from Gonzaga
43, Tyler
University.
Rando.
It'll be Rando, Ferreira, and then the 7-hitting Sam Thompson. First pitch to Rando, misses off the plate. We're underway in the bottom of the second. First inning, Zack Sundine gave up a 2-out single, but struck out a couple of Miners. Bookend K's. Here's the 1-0. Grounded hard back up the middle. Nice play by Paddy Mckerman. Oh my goodness! Ranging back up the middle on a couple of hops. Got it in his mitt, throwing completely off balance, and threw out Tyler Rando at first. My goodness, Paddy Mckerman from Northern Illinois making a fantastic play here for the first out of the second. Step Mike Ferreira into the plate. Ferreira had a slump to start the year, but he got a sac fly on Tuesday for their first win of the year. And then his first game back in the lineup after an illness yesterday, he did get a hit. And it was a 2-run single, so it was a big hit. As Ferreira goes down 0-1 here. Ferreira right-handed bat against the left-hander Sundine. As there's a breaking ball inside 1-1.
And you know he's going to want to be a lot more aggressive. He's seen a lot of better balls. He's made contact where he feels like he should have gotten a hit, but finally knocking the schneid off with that last one.
As there's a sharp grounder up the third baseline, knocked down by the third baseman over there, and the throw to first is in time. Going across the diamond, Peyton Fullerton did a good job to knock it down and recover quickly. 2 away quickly here for the Miners in the second. It's going to be the catcher, Sam Thompson. Thompson, also another guy who struggled a bit with the bat on the year, hitting just 136. He's got 3 hits and 22 at-bats.
And this is definitely not the kind of hitting pace that skipper Tyler LeBrun became happy with watching yesterday against the Oilers after watching his team get off some early shots, giving them some early runs.
Not a ton of hard contact against Sundine yet, as there's a breaking ball. Misses in the dirt, 1-0. Thompson, hailing from Bremen, Georgia. Also a self-proclaimed cornhole champ. He actually plays in a cornhole league back in Georgia. Saw him do that on Saturday, and he absolutely works anybody he plays in cornhole as he goes 1-1 here against Zack Sundine.
Hoping to have similar vision here at the plate. Took that one looking.
As he swings and grounds this one up to John Mark Mullins at short. Throw across the diamond in time. Thompson out by a couple of steps. And that'll do it here for the Miners in the second. Miners go 1-2-3 here in the second. And we will head to the top of the third. Still no score here from Herman Brothers Field. And we'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back here as we start the top of the third. Daniel Naughton and company back out for the third inning. Naughton got 3 groundouts in the second inning. Matt Magno, first baseman, first to the plate for the Chinooks as he takes a called strike 1. And going ahead in the count is Naughton 0-1. Naughton working exclusively out of the stretch. Here's the 1. It's a fastball at the knees, strike 2. Magno disagreeing. But it doesn't matter as now down 0-2 in the count is Magno. Naughton from the stretch, the 0-2. Fastball, or breaking ball rather, lined back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So the Chinooks, both their hits today have come on 0-2 pitches. Matt Magno and John Mark Mullins both getting singles. That ball was pretty sharply hit into center field, and Chinooks have a runner on first now with nobody out.
And do you think that part of that comes from becoming predictable in what your put-away pitch is?
Yeah, most certainly. Naughton, they're going to the breaking ball again, and I know Tyler LeBrun loves for his pitchers to throw balls outside of the zone on 0-2 counts, and he hasn't been able to do that yet, and that's allowed the Chinooks to get a couple of hits. As here's a fastball lined into center field. That's going to drop in front of Wilson. Holding up at second is Matt Magno, but first pitch swinging is Paddy Mckerman, the 9-hitter, for a base hit up the middle. And all of a sudden, the Chinooks have a couple of runners on and nobody out, and it's going to turn back over to the top of the order. Will Bats to the dish. He struck out swinging, first batter of the game. Miners may be prepared for a bunt here. Nick Sorelli over at first is a couple of steps onto the grass. Chinooks love bunting.
Especially when they have no outs or little outs in the inning like they do right now.
Here's a fastball, strike one, no square to bunt, and it's 0-1 on Will Bats.
Bats being a center fielder, you know he has plenty of speed, capable of making those quick plays as well. Going to be very difficult to make a double play, if anything, right now.
As Naughton steps off the rubber to regain himself. Over at third, Williams is playing right around the third base bag. In anticipation of maybe a bunt that Sorelli can field and throw over to third. Around second is Magno, doesn't have great speed. Here's the pitch. Just missed inside with an off-speed pitch. It's 1-1 now on the leadoff hitter, Will Bats.
And getting a strikeout here would be absolutely huge for maintaining the momentum into this inning. Right now, he needs to make sure he can open up the possibility for a double play.
He squares the bunt here, but it goes straight foul. Bats tried to surprise him, pulling it out late. It's 1-2. Another non-minor related news today, somewhat minor related. Former right-handed pitcher Eli Morgan was recalled by the Cleveland Indians to the big league club today.
And there's been plenty of strong pitching talent that's gone through the ABL, especially with the minors recently.
Yes. So now it sits 1-2 on Will Bats, and that pitch is fouled away. I think the biggest name we can think of right now that isn't there yet, one Asa Lacy, drafted number 3 overall in 2019. He played for the minors in 2018, left-handed pitcher in the Royals organization. It's in, I believe, high A as of right now. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, grounded up the first baseline, but that's going to roll foul. Still 1-2 now on Will Bats.
And Lacy was a lot more known for his ability to make strong breaking balls. The amount of cut and bite he would have on them. Definitely a different style from what we see with Naughton on the mound tonight, but Naughton has had no issue really hitting his spots around the black.
None. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Went off speed, up and away, chasing his bats for his second strikeout of the game. We've seen Will Bats look pretty good against the minors, but his first 2 at-bats today, he's looked pretty uncomfortable, and that's going to bring up John Mark Mullins. Mullins singled to left field on an 0-2 pitch in the first. Now back to that point, Asa Lacy, another Texas A&M guy, and on this roster, there's 3 of them, including a fellow lefty starting pitcher, Will Johnston. Lofty expectations, or rather lofty shoes to fill for Will. Here's the first pitch to Mullins. It's a fastball at the knees, strike 1.
It is some major expectations in a way, but there's a reason they keep bringing back so many A&M products. And
love the Aggie arms.
Johnston really showed why in his last start, where he just looked dominant for the first couple innings, earning himself a win.
At the set now is Naughton. He's got it 0-1 here. Here it comes. Fastball fouled hard, way back out of play. 0-2. 0-2 on John Mark Mullins. We'd like to send out a quick reminder that there is a wheelbarrow of booze raffle tickets and a 2019 championship quilt tickets. And all of those are available in the beer shack here at Herman Brothers Field. Another great crowd on hand tonight, even for a Tuesday night. Matsu Valley faithful really coming out to support their miners. Miners, in the short few weeks I have been up here in Alaska, have far and away the best fan base in the ABL, and I don't think there's much disagreement on that front.
No, not much at all, especially with how often and we see big crowds like this turn out. Even though these are late games, in the grand scheme of the day, don't look at the sun up here. It's a very bad teller of what time it actually is.
Yeah, I've had to personally adjust to that. I think Sean can attest. I really didn't sleep very much my first week here. Here's the 1-2 coming from Naughton. Fastball swung on, hitting the left field. Ferreira coming over. It's going to drop. Rounding third, heading home is Magno. He's going to score without a throw. And the Chugiak Eagle-River Chinooks are on the board today first. An RBI single from John Mark Mullins. Ahead again, getting behind in the count, but able to fight it off with a bloop single down the left field line for the RBI. And still trouble awaiting the minors, as now coming to plate is going to be the 3-hitter Joe Keel. Keel in the first inning, grounded to short.
And they're right back to where they were with only 1 out still remaining on the board. Naughton really looking to work his way out of this and try and keep it a close game.
Naughton looking to limit damage here. They could use another ground ball to short. At the set, first pitch, fastball in the dirt. So Naughton falls behind 1-0. Joe Keel, another UAB guy. Right-handed hitter, tends to pull the ball. Keel, back in. Naughton checks the runner at second. McKerman edging off the bag. Here's the pitch, and it's low, 2-0. McKerman is certainly posing a bit of a problem right now for Naughton, as he's just dancing off the second base bag. Naughton trying to regain some control now, but at 2-0, you can expect Joe Keel's looking for a fastball. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Came right with the fastball. Right by Joe Keel. The old saying, good pitching beats good hitting. Rings true there. That was a good fastball.
And like you said, he knew exactly which pitch Naughton was going to go to get back to a safe spot around the zone, but just couldn't quite time up with that one.
Naughton at the set. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, grounded to third. Up with his Williams. He'll go to second. The turn. There will be no throw. The out is recorded at second, so the minors at least get that one. Josh Morozek fielding that. And now it's going to be 2 away. First and third, runners at the corners for Peyton Fullerton. Fullerton struck out in the first. Fullerton, left-handed batter, and he would love to do some damage here and give at least an additional insurance run to Zack Sundine, who's been pretty untouchable so far in the ABL season. First and third now. Naughton sets, first pitch, fastball, strike 1. Getting ahead of him there. Even though Naughton is mostly a bullpen guy at Gonzaga, there's no activity down the minors bullpen, so it appears as long as he can get this out here on Fullerton, he'll at least be out for the fourth. Here's the pitch, fastball fouled away, quickly 0-2. And now, if you're Daniel Naughton, you do not want to make a mistake here, because most of his mistake pitches so far have came in counts that he's been ahead on.
And one thing we were talking about ourselves a couple of days ago is there aren't too many standout starting pitchers for the minors outside of their classic rotation, so moving people like Aaron or Naughton into a similar situation like this isn't too unusual for the minors this year.
Yeah, that ball goes in the dirt, so he does avoid throwing a hittable pitch, but no swing from Fullerton. It's 1-2. At the set, Naughton. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, line into left field, base hit. Peyton Fullerton knocks in the Chinooks' second run. Coming in to score is Paddy Mckerman, and the Chinooks up here early, 2-0. Still with a couple of runners on and a couple of runners out. It's going to be the 5-hitter Johnny Graham. Graham grounded out on the first pitch he saw, the shortstop, in the second. As now Sam Thompson's going to go out and have a brief conversation with Daniel Naughton. As the miners still trying to get out of it. Here in the third. Naughton has allowed 4 hits this inning. Couple of runs.
And all of them singles.
Been no cheapies, no walks, no hit by pitches, no errors. All just solid hits. The majority of them hit pretty hard. They've certainly found Naughton's weak spot. First 2 runs allowed of the year for Naughton. He's trying to work past Johnny Graham. Here's the pitch. Fastball, low, 1-0. Talked to a couple minors relievers for the game today. Nate Bimel was pretty enthusiastic about his chances of pitching today.
And Bimel's been a pretty active role so far. for the Miners bullpen.
There's a pitch missing low. Yeah, Bimel, the only lefty in the Miners bullpen, but he's been a good one. 2-0 now on Johnny Graham, the designated hitter. Chinooks looking for more here in the third. 2-0 from Naughton. Fastball grounded down to third. Williams up with it. He'll go to second. Morozek fields it cleanly. Force out at second base, and that'll end things in the third. But not before the Chinooks get a couple runs on the board on 4 hits. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Miners looking to get some runs. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. Welcome back here in the bottom of the third. Josh Morozek, the second baseman, to lead it off. Lefty on lefty matchup against Sundine. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. And Morozek heading to count 1-0. Sundine's been pretty good. Just 1 hit allowed through 2 innings. It's going to be Morozek, David Bermudez, then back to the top of the order, Tyler Wilson. 1-0 pitch. Misses low, and Morozek ahead 2-0. And Morozek's speed has certainly opposing pitchers. Morozek on the year has swiped 5 bases and hasn't been caught, as there's a fastball, strike 2-1. Just looking to get on any way he can now and utilizing that elite level speed.
And they really missed that speed the past few games where he has had to be sidelined to put that bruised calf.
Yeah, he was hurt on Saturday in Anchorage against the Glacier Pilots. Had to be removed from the game in the first inning, but he's back today. 3-1 pitch, and it missed low, squirting away from the catcher. Keel. Morozek will stay at first, and it's going to be David Bermudez. Bermudez in a bit of a slump to start his Miners career. He's 0 for 15 right now.
And now up for the
Looking for his first hit yesterday. He almost had it on a great diving play in center field by the center fielder for the Oilers. Bermudez looking for his first hit. We'll see if Morozek's running. Sundine checks. First pitch is upstairs with a fastball. 1-0. Bermudez, although he's struggled with the bat, provides really, really good defense out at shortstop. 1-0 pitch. Strike at the letters. As looks like we're going to have a balk. First base umpire calling the balk, and Josh Morozek's going to move up to second. So that pitch is not going to count. It's still going to be 1-0, on Bermudez, as called for the balk is Zack Sundine. Not really a huge argument from the Chinooks, which is kind of rare for balks. Usually more argument, but not a major argument there. Now, Mrozik doesn't even have to try to steal second as he moves up there on the balk.
I'm sure he appreciates that after getting that bruised calf on a steal attempt where the catcher threw the ball right at his leg.
Mrozik still a threat to swipe third. Here's the 1-0. And it missed low and in. David Bermudez now way ahead in the count, 2-0. Miners gave him a couple runs in the top of the inning. They'd love nothing more than getting Mrozik home to cut into that lead.
And what a better time for David Bermudez to get his first hit than right now.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded up the third baseline. Nice stop by Peyton Fullerton. Throw across the diamond in time. That's a great play by Peyton Fullerton on a tough hop on a wicked ground ball from Bermudez. So we'll have to wait at least another at-bat for Bermudez's first hit, as now coming to the plate's Tyler Wilson, top of the order. Wilson struck out back in the first inning swinging.
The lineup for the Metro Miners center fielder number 44, Tyler Wilson, at the plate.
But Wilson was really picking up his average the last few games and really seemed to be getting stronger and stronger contact. It seems like this hitting team is really confident in his abilities to keep increasing his load.
Mrozik out on second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called strike. Maybe a cutter there. Sundine on the outside edge. Tyler Wilson down 0-1. Mrozik inching off second base. Paddy Mckerman trying to hold him honest. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, roped down the right field line, but that's going to go foul. Wilson now a deep 0-2 hole. Tyler Wilson from Grand Canyon University.
And they're really looking to try and not waste a runner in scoring position. Getting him to third without 2 outs in the inning would be a huge win for the Miners right now.
Here's the pitch, grounded back up the middle. McKermott up with it on a big hop. Throw to first, got Wilson by a step. So that's going to advance the runner at second. Mrozik over to third, and now it's going to be Jordan Williams trying to drive in the Miners' first run of the game. Williams back in the first, hit a slow tapper that the catcher Joe Keel went out on. With the play. Williams to the plate. Right-handed batter against the left-hander Sundine. Sundine's allowed just 1 run all year. Jordan Williams trying to be responsible for the second. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded back up the middle. McKermott over to his right to get it. Throw to first base in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that'll end things here in the third. Miners get a leadoff walk, but can't bring him around. They strand Josh Mrozik over at third. We'll head to the fourth. Miners trail by a couple here from Herman Brothers Field, as we'll be back in just a bit.
Visit the NBA tent by the concession stand.
Welcome back here as we start the fourth. Hayden Keller, left fielder in. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Chinooks. Daniel Naughton out for his 4th inning of work as he gets a fastball over strike 1.
And this could be a big bounce back inning for Naughton, especially facing the bottom of their lineup, seeing if they're going to put up a lot of resistance to his heat.
As there's a off-speed pitch grounded up the first baseline. Nice play by the first base coach up there. Fist pump. He's ready to go. He throws that ball into the stands.
That's one thing that they really want to see more of out of their team right now. Miners playing well, but always more fun to get more fans involved and get a lot more excitement from your bench as well.
As Hayden Keller gets a ball there, 1-2. Yeah, last night we saw the bullpen have some nice little antics going on. Here's the 1-2 from Naughton. Fastball fouled back over the dugout of the Chinooks. And we'll do it again here, 1-2.
Hey, bullpen dancing is just part of baseball culture.
Collegiate baseball is a heaven for player antics. As here's the 1-2 breaking ball grounded slowly up the first base line. Sorelli will field it. He'll go to the bag himself. 1 out. Bring up the 7-hitter for the Chinooks in the form of Colby Ferris. Ferris grounded out to short in the second.
And right after him, in the hole or in the on-deck circle right now is going to be Matt Magno, as he's the one that got that entire long inning before Daniel Naughton started in the third.
Pretty overcast right now in Herman Brothers Field. Not much sun. You can never tell if it's really ever going to rain in Alaska. It's so rare. But right now, hopefully he'll hold off. As here's a ball driven deep left field. Headed back to the wall is Ferreira, and that ball is gone. How about that? Tons of power off the bat of Colby Ferris as he pulls a home run over the left field wall. That's his first of the year, and the Chinooks take a 3-0 lead. Ball was hit pretty hard. Colby Ferris.
It's almost like I don't come to expect too much power when we play the Chinooks, but they'll always surprise you with dropping balls in no man's land. And that time, Colby Ferris decided he wanted to show off his own power here to the Miners faithful.
The Chinooks on the year came in with just one team home run. As here's the first pitch from Naughton to Magno, grounded slowly out to the shortstop Bermudez. He's on to get it. 2 away. As I was saying, the Chinooks are not known for their power at all. Just one home run on the year by Johnny Graham, who's in the 5-hole today. That's their second. Almost hit pretty hard on the left field fence. That was no cheapie for Colby Ferris, as now it's going to be Paddy Mckerman to the plate. McKermott singled and scored in that long third inning. Miners bullpen. A couple guys down there stretching now. So we'll see if Naughton can make it through the rest of the fourth. 2 away now. Here's the pitch to McKermott. Fastball, grounded, foul. McKermott, as we said prior to the game starting, as one of our favorite names in the league, and a really likable guy. I actually got to talk to him for a brief few seconds in between games of that doubleheader on Friday. Really colorful guy. As here's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. McKermott stands at just 5'7". Easy guy to root for.
He makes people like Reese and I feel like we could actually play this sport better.
I stand at about 5'11", so I have a bit of a height advantage over him, but nowhere near the baseball talent. As there's a ball hit foul, so it's going to stay 0-2 on McKermott. Yeah, I wish I could be in this league playing with these guys. I was trying to get Tyler LeBron to let me go play third base one of the games, but that idea was quickly shot down.
McKermott definitely showed off his abilities already. 1 hit and 1 run to his name so far today.
He fouls that one straight into the ground and then hit his midsection. 0-2. Kermit, I said earlier, Northern Illinois product. Actually, same league as the school I'm from, Bowling Green State University in Northwest Ohio. Northern Illinois University located in DeKalb, Illinois. As here's the 0-2 breaking ball, missed up and in. McKermott held off. 1-2.
And he almost started to go around on that one anyway. Even though it might have been a bit of a jam shot, he was really eager to still get another foul ball, 2 already.
Here's the 1-2 fastball, flown up, shallow center. Shaded towards right center. Now Wilson coming on. He'll make the catch. And that'll end things here in the fourth for the Chinooks. But not before their 7-hitter, Colby Ferris, takes Daniel Naughton deep. Head about the fourth. Miners trail 3-0, trying to get some runs on the board. We'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. Welcome back here as we are about to start the bottom of the fourth. But before we do that, I'd like to read off a message from the Alaska Railroad and Operation Lifesaver Alaska. The Alaska Railroad would like to remind our friends and neighbors, wherever you see railroad tracks, always expect a train to stay safe around trains and tracks. Look, listen, and live. Always good motto. Casey Rother, the man of the hour for the Miners, coming to the plate. Singled his first at-bat sharply to left. Came in the ABL's leading hitter. Now, after that single in the first, 14 hits and 31 at-bats as he steps in here. First pitch is a fastball, strike one, from the left-hander Zack Sundine, who's lived up to his statistical numbers today. Came in with a .63 ERA, and he's worked 3 scoreless here, as here's the 0-1. Missed up and away, so Sundine. Count even now. Chinooks playing Rother fairly deep. They are well aware of his bat. Here's the 1-1, and it missed low. Rother's only home run of this year, actually, came against the Chinooks Friday. So Rother trying to create his second of the year if he can. 2-1 here on Casey Rother from Lehigh University. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and tapped off the catcher. It'll roll back to the screen. So Casey Rother now 2-2 in the count.
Can't say he totally missed though. Caught the ball and the catcher with that one. At least he's making contact.
Knocking out 2 with 1 stone. Here comes the 2-2 from Sundine. Here it is. Fastball way off the plate, just stuck out by Rother to make contact. A slow roller out to second, and Paddy Mckerman will have just enough time to throw out Rother. Rother with a defensive swing there and almost beat it out for an infield single. Now it's going to be Nick Sorelli. Sorelli looking to turn around his fortunes. He struck out back in the first.
Number 37, Nick Sorelli.
And Sorelli was sitting about the second best average on the team for a couple of games. Does have 7 hits so far on the season.
Sorelli can hit the baseball. We know that. Here's the first pitch. Check swing, foul up the third base line. Activity down the Miners bullpen, and as we previously mentioned, it is Nate Bimel. First to warm up for the Miners. Sundine. 0-1 coming. Fastball, swing and a miss. Sorelli with a big hack behind it, 0-2. Sorelli now down in the count. We've seen him create a lot of long counts. We'll see if he can here. Here's the 0-2. Misses off the plate. Ball 1.
That's how you do it. You start those long at-bats with good plate vision like that.
Sorelli back in. 1-2 pitch. And it missed low in the dirt. Sorelli, even count now. Alaska Highway Safety would like to remind you that tailgating, speeding, and darting between lanes is prohibited in the state of Alaska. So here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball inside corner. Sorelli down looking.
And that'll be his second strikeout of the day. 1 swinging, 1 looking. Was trying to get back into that one, and that breaking ball just froze him up at the plate there.
And now at the plate.
Now 2-away. Tyler Rando looking for his first hit in a Miners uniform. Rando back in the second, grounded out to the second baseman, Paddy Mckerman, who made a fantastic play, ranging back up the middle, throwing off balance in time. Pitch to Rando, fastball, strike 1. Rando behind. The official sponsor of Matsu Miners Travel is Alaska Airlines, as there's a breaking ball off the plate. Sundine now goes 1-1. Chugiak Eagle-River Chinooks team is pesky. They might not beat you with all kinds of firepower, but they will beat you at will nonetheless, as there is Tyler Rando's first hit in a Miners uniform. A bouncing ball back up the middle. Mckerman on the dive, but not this time Paddy, as on board here with 2 outs. It's Tyler Rando. As they bring Mike Ferreira to the plate. Ferreira grounded out over to the third baseman, Fullerton, back in the second. Ferreira would love to get a second hit of the year right here.
And that first out, a bit of a slow bouncer over there. No real effort needed from Peyton Fullerton as he was able to throw that one in.
An off-speed pitch in the dirt. So Ferreira ahead 1-0 if he were to reach Sam Thompson in the on-deck circle for the Miners. 1 on, 2 out here in the fourth. Here's the 1-0. Fastball on the hands, fouled over towards the Chinooks dugout.
Continues to pull the ball over towards the left side of the field. Perhaps just a bit too late on his contact right now. He's really hitting on the inside of the barrel.
Here's the break-even pitch, but before that, there's a check over to first on Rando, who's back in safely. Ferreira from Westchester University. Checking the runner over at first is Sundine. Here it comes. Breaking ball. Beautiful. Breaking from the outside back over the heart of the plate to Ferreira, and he's now down 1-2. And other scores around the league. The Anchorage Bucks over at Mulcahy Stadium lead in the top of the fourth 2-1 against the Peninsula Oilers. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good hold off there by Ferreira. Counts even on it. 2-2. Oilers and the Bucks battling tonight. They both sit at 4-5, the bottom of the ABL standings. The Oilers at 2-4, the Bucks at 2-6. Sundine sets, 2-2 pitch, and it's a fastball off the plate. Mock throw over to first, no throw over there, and now it's 3-2 here on Mike Ferreira as Tyler Rando on 3-2 count with 2 outs is going to be running on the pitch, taking a healthy lead off first, nobody covering. He takes off, 3-2 pitch, and it hit him. Hit Ferreira with a breaking ball, so nice job there by Mike Ferreira to battle back in the count from down 1-2, and now it's first and second. All of a sudden, the Miners have a little bit of lightning to their lineup, and the tying run is actually going to come to the plate in the form of catcher Sam Thompson.
At the plate now, folks, at catcher number 18,
bounced out to short, back in the second.
And so far this inning, Rando and Ferreira, two of the people that became the first 2 victims of the 1-2-3 in the second inning, really stepping up here, not allowing themselves to be put down. Now Sam Thompson, the third part of that trifecta, hoping that he can really contribute as well.
Miners trying to scratch at least one across. Thompson in, lefty on righty matchup. Here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball in the dirt, so Thompson ahead 1-0. For the Chinooks, it's 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The Miners just 2 hits. Haven't scored a run, so no runs and no errors. Sundine staring in. Checks the runner at second. Rando, here's the 1-0. Fastball grounded, or rather fielded, right at the dirt. Paddy Mckerman, glove on the dirt, right at him. He'll make the grab. So Sam Thompson lined out here to end the fourth. Miners get a couple of runners on with 2 away, but can't bring him around. We'll head to the 5th. Miners trail 3-0 here on YouTube, and we'll be back in just a bit from Herman Brothers Field.
Right, at the plate, center field.
Welcome back here to Herman Brothers Field as we start the top of the 5th. Actually, it is Woolbats due up first. The leadoff hitter, 1-2-3, due up for the Chinooks. First pitch from Naughton. Fastball, roped foul. Ball just missed the stands over there. Hard hit ball on the foul grounds. 0-1 on Will Bats. Bats has looked pretty uncomfy today. Couple of swinging strikeouts. You've seen him 3 times already this year. He's looked pretty good at the plate, but today, a little off balance. 0-1, it's lined straight back up the middle. So I must be a jinx because Will Batts, next pitch with a screaming liner that Naughton ducks off of. And he's aboard here with nobody out. Will Batts, a ton of speed over at first.
Mullins.
And nice protection there by Naughton of himself. When you're in situations like that, the best thing you can do is protect your head and get out of the way of a shot you can't see that well. Naughton just making sure to duck and cover.
Naughton's still in, interestingly. You would think in the 5th with 2 lefties and Batts and Mullins due up that Bimel would come on as here's a shot into left center, but plenty of time for Ferreira to camp under it. He will. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now that's going to send Joe Keel to the plate as John Mark Mullins sent back to the dugout without a hit for the first time today. Joe Keel now coming.
And now at the plate, the Eagle-River
Keel,
Chinooks.
another one of those players. He got on by means of fielder's choice earlier, but didn't really get anywhere, being eventually abandoned at second. But besides that, just a simple ground out. For somebody with a lot of power at their catcher position, you expect him to try and send something a bit deeper.
Keel in. Check throw over to first on Batts. Batts has a ton of speed, but he actually does not have a steal this year. He's been caught stealing twice. I know at least one of those caught stealings came on Thursday against the Miners. The doubleheader sweep for Matsu. First pitch to Joe Keel, misses inside, ball 1. Wind not really a factor here at Herman Brothers Field tonight. A very slight breeze. Still overcast, not much sun to speak of as there's a check throw over on Batts. Dives back in safely. And we'll redo it.
Not a whole lot of wind, like you said. You can see that flag out in center field, completely dead on the pole. But the overcast is just a bit gloomy.
There's a fastball inside. Daniel Naughton is falling behind Joe Keel 2-0 with a lefty on deck and Peyton Fullerton. We'll see if this is Naughton's last batter. Nate Bimel's been warming up for quite some time down in the pen. Naughton sets 2-0. Fastball chopped, but foul up the third base line.
If you're Daniel Naughton, you just got to be happy to see them on top of the ball instead of underneath, the way they've been popping shots all across the field so far.
Although this Chinooks team does walk a lot, they're also pretty prone to the strikeout. A lot of strikeouts up and down this lineup. Keel with 7 of his own on the year, just 9 games, as that ball skips away from Sorelli on the pickoff throw, but thankfully it hit the first base umpire on a hop in the knee. That didn't hit him. You gotta think, with the speed over there at Will Batts, that ball gets by him, he might be at third base.
It's called some good teamwork between Nick Sorelli and the first base ump right there.
Umpire winning, no fans in the Chinooks dugout. Here's the 2-1, and it missed low in. Naughton's fallen way behind him now, 3-1. Due up next would be Fullerton. Single and a run back in the 3rd. 3-1 coming. Fastball, oh, just missed low. Naughton wondering where that missed. He's kind of giving the hand signal, how low are you going to go? As now skipper Tyler LeBrun is out of the dugout. With LeBrun taking over pitching coach duties as well as manager duties, you got to think here it could go either way. Out on the mound to chat with Naughton. Bimel has stopped throwing in the pen, but no initial signal, and now here comes the signal from LeBron. So Daniel Naughton's day is done, and left-hander Nate Bimel will come in now with 2 on and 1 out here in the 5th. We'll take a short break here from Herman Brothers Field, and we'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back now into Herman Brothers Field. As coming in with the pitching change is left-hander Nate Bimel. 5 innings, just 1 run, or 2 runs rather allowed for Bimel. Only 1 of them earned on the year. He's got 7 strikeouts in 5 innings as the first pitch here is a fastball, strike 1. Bimel to face the left-hander Peyton Fullerton.
And for Bimel, even that earned run could be a bit questionable depending on your scoring view. Shot right into the left field past the third baseman. Left fielder couldn't quite field it on his first time through, but Bimel's been delivering very consistently so far for the Miners.
There's a fastball inside. Yeah, Bimel has really impressed me with his velocity. From being off for 15 to 16 months as Columbia canceled baseball this spring, I mean, he's still throwing very hard. Gets into the low 90s there from the left side, and kind of a whiplash release. Here he sits 1-1. Here he comes. Fastball lined into the left center field gap. That's going to get down and score at least 1. Wilson up within left center. His throw to the infield is to Bermudez. Fullerton goes into second, and that is an RBI double for Peyton Fullerton. As the Chinooks continue to extend their lead, it's 4-0.
How about the hustle from Joe Keel as well, knowing he wanted to pick up a double. Saw him slide into third, fully committing to that.
Designated hitter number 22, Johnny Graham.
Damage still far from averted now for Bimel, as stepping into the box is Johnny Graham, who has 1 of the 2 home runs on the year for the Chinooks.
Also, still only 1 out in this inning right now for the Miners.
Fastball misses 1-0. Infield drawn in for the Miners. All of them really on the lip of the grass. Johnny Graham trying to extend this lead even further and begin to break it open. Bimel's 1-0. Just up and in. He falls behind 2-0. Graham now behind. 227 batter, 5 hits, 22 at-bats. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball fouled back to the screen. Graham was waiting on it, but all he could get was just a piece of it. Bimel back into the count a little bit now, 2-1. Next, in the order, in the on-deck circle is Hayden Keller.
You know, Bimel hates to give up any runs. He's frustrated any time that he has to see it recorded.
On the stretch, the 2-1. Breaking ball, and that was a thing of beauty. Breaking outside corner back to the inside edge and floating that over. 2-2. He's evened it up here. Bimel. 2-2 set. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Put him away on the high cheese, and Nate Bimel records his first strikeout of the game here in the 5th inning. That's a gigantic out for the Miners' chances of getting out of the 5th without any more damage. As now coming to the plate, it's going to be another left-hander in the form of Hayden Keller, the left fielder. Keller on the day, bounced to second in the 2nd, and bounced to first in the 4th.
And Bimel really hit him with that velocity on the last pitch, getting his 8th strikeout of the season.
And he puts a breaking ball over the outside edge there. 0-1.
You had talked with Bimel before the game today about some of his family bloodlines also in the MLB. Someone he really hopes to train with for the remainder of the summer, too.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Speaking of bloodlines, Joe Bimel, who's actually made huge waves in the Major League Baseball internet over the past couple weeks. He's a 44-year-old pitcher. It's Nate's cousin. He last pitched in affiliated baseball in 2015, but he's reinvented himself as a flame-throwing right-hander as Nate Bimel's flame-throwing there. Gets the strikeout, back-to-back Ks, and he gets out of additional damage here in the 5th. But speaking on Bimel, Joe Bimel, back in affiliated baseball, signed with the San Diego Padres this week. A 44-year-old right-hander throwing mid-90s. So Nate Bimel clearly with some bloodlines and family work ethic. That'll do it here in the top of the 5th. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Miners still scoreless, and they'll look for some runs as we'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a few moments. Welcome back into the Matsu Valley as we start the bottom of the fifth.
And
Josh
now up for the Miners,
Morozek,
second baseman number 8.
walked
Josh
back in
Morozek.
the third. Got all the way to third. The farthest the Miners runner has gotten tonight. Stranded over there to the plate. Lefty Zack Sundine's been dialed in through 4 as he gets that one over for strike 1. Sundine's looked really phenomenal tonight. Precision, able to dot the corners specifically with the breaking balls. As here's the 0-1. It's another beautiful breaking ball. Lefty Morozek only watched that one spin from pretty much his, I guess you could say, waist all the way over on the inside part of the plate. Here's the 0-2. That breaking ball just missed. But hasn't really had any pitches that have been really wildly in or outside. I mean, he's been locked in. When he's missing, he's not missing by much. 1-2 there is fouled away towards the Chinooks dugout. David Bermudez sits on deck for the Miners.
One thing that's really helped Sundine last so far into this game is how precise he's been with his breaking ball in the lower part of the black, just absolutely making it seem much closer than it actually is to the outside of the zone.
Missed there with the breaking ball, 2-2. Morozek's even the count now. Looks to do some damage. Here it comes. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Morozek asking if that's as far as the umpire will go. He nods yes. Morozek put down looking, one away. David Bermudez to the plate.
And understandable for Morozek's reaction. Definitely seemed like that one had a bit more room on the outside. But you're going to have to learn the established zone one way or another. That's going to be a tough way to learn it for Josh Morozek.
Bermudez to the plate, and he lines this one into right field. So David Bermudez finally gets off the schneid with a 1-out single. First pitch swing, and that ball was roped into right field. Yeah, Bermudez, although he hadn't had a hit up to this point, the last couple games, he's hit a lot of balls hard. Even in the first inning, hit a sharp grounder down the third on a nice play by Peyton Fullerton.
Tyler Wilson.
More importantly for the Miners now, they have Bermudez on first, and the top of the lineup up, Tyler Wilson to the plate. He struck out and grounded to second. Speedster Wilson trying to get on and maybe create a little something for the Miners as they have some of the big boys waiting in the dugout. First pitch to Wilson is lined into left center field. That ball's going to drop. Holding at second is Bermudez. And how about that? Back-to-back singles. First pitch both times swinging for the Miners. And now it's first and second with just one away. And Jordan Williams will step to the plate.
Third baseman number 2.
Watching them dink and dunk these singles all over the field. Kind of looks like if you can't beat Chinooks the way they play, you might as well just copy them and hope to create a better game. Right now, the Miners looking to do the same thing.
It's a good piece of hitting there by Tyler Wilson. Looking first pitch. And if you get behind in the count to Zack Sundine, he will absolutely dot you with that breaking ball. So both hitters not trying to fall into that hole. And now, Miners threatening for runs here in the fifth. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball, strike 1. And Sundine just has a spectacular ability to throw that breaking ball 4 strikes very consistently. You gotta think he might be in the running for the pitcher of the year in the ABL, at least right now, very early in the year. 0-1 now on Williams. It's a fastball way inside, and it got him. Hit Williams, it looked like around maybe the knee area, and now it's gonna load the bases for the hottest hitter in the ABL in the form of Casey Rother. 1 for 2 on the day. And if the Miners want runs, this is as good of an opportunity as it'll get, as there is a conference now on the mound with the pitching coach Chris Beck of the Chinooks and his starter Zack Sundine. No activity down the Chinooks bullpen though, so this looks like more of a strategy move than anything else.
They could work for a double play with the amount of breaking balls he's been able to get down low, but they also understand we've seen how this guy can hit before. As you can mention, Rother's only home run of the season coming against the Chinooks. So, if he could get a deep shot here, it could easily make this a much more manageable game for the Miners.
So, bases loaded with just 1 away for Casey Rother. This inning started slowly. It was a strikeout for Morozek, then back-to-back singles by Bermudez and Wilson, and then Jordan Williams hit by a pitch. Bases loaded, just 1 out. Miners looking for some real big production here from Casey Rother. Sundine winds. First pitch, fastball, or rather, looked like maybe a breaking ball. Missed low and away in the dirt. Nice block by Joe Keel. Chugiak, the pitcher-catcher battery hasn't really allowed any balls to get by. 1-0 here on Casey Rother. Wind. Here it comes. Fastball hit high in the air out to center field. Camping under it is Bats. This should be enough to get Bermudez home. Here he comes to the plate. The throw's going to go to third, and it is in time before the run reaches home. Oh, they're going to call him safe. Oh, wow, they're going to call him safe. My goodness. So the Miners do get a run after that confusion, and it's going to be 4-1. Looked like the runner coming to the plate, Bermudez, was well beat. The scores are kind of in flux here. We don't know if that's going to be scored a run or not. Either way, we'll get back to you with whether that run was scored or not in the 6th. We'll take a brief break here from Herman Brothers Field.
Colby Ferris.
Welcome back here from Herman Brothers Field as we start the top of the 6th, and that official score ruling was out. So no runners crossed the plate. Bermudez did not reach home plate in time. So a big time opportunity wasted as the hitter into the box now. Colby Ferris squares the bunt, but it goes foul. Ferris, his last at bat, took the starting pitcher Daniel Naughton deep over the left field fence for his first home run of the year as he sits 0-1 here. Nate Bimel back on the mound. It's a fastball popped back up out of play.
When Bimel's on the mound, he really commands a lot of respect from the batters because he's absolutely going to attack you, not one to really pitch around batters.
Bimel, 0-2. Just low with an off speed, so it's 1-2 now. On Colby Ferris, 7-hitter in lineup, 7, 8, 9 due up. Here's the ball hit into left field on a line, but coming in a couple of steps is Ferreira. He'll make the catch. And put away is the 7-hitter Colby Ferris, and it's going to bring Matt Magnow, first baseman, to the plate.
We're up next for the
Magnow also has one hit in the game, as it seems like most of his teammates do at this point. Had the single that started off that big 3rd inning, gave the Chinooks their initial lead.
As Magnow watches strike one there from Bimel. No activity in the Miners' pen, so it looks like Nate Bimel's going to get a chance at extended work. Here's the pitch. Up and away with the fastball. 1-1. Chugiak. Looks like they're going to stick with Zack Sundine in the 6th. No activity as here's a breaking ball fouled into the Miners' dugout. 1-2. And why would they go away from Sundine? 5 innings, no runs. He had a real chance of getting hurt in the 5th, but fly out and an outfield assist thwarted any runs. As here's a fastball thrown by Magnow. Nate Bimel, second out of the inning, comes via the strikeout variety, his 3rd strikeout of the game. And now stepping to the plate will be Paddy Mckerman.
And not surprising to see them trying to extend Bimel. They do have an off day after this, and they are facing Chugiak once again the day after. So unlikely to see him back-to-back appearances against this team, but really, they just want to see how far he can go and how much he can extend and work up his arm.
Win by Chugiak today would even the season series against the Miners, even at 2, as Paddy Mckerman watches strike 1 on the fastball there. 0-1. Kermit 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball way ahead of that. Bimel took something major off that, and Paddy Mckerman swinging wildly. 0-2. Bimel from the wide. Here it comes. Fastball, swing, and a miss. Nate Bimel dominating here in the 6th. A couple of strikeouts to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Miners still looking for their first run, and we'll be back in just a bit from Herman Brothers Field. Here we are as we start the bottom of the 6th. It
First
is
baseman number 37,
first baseman
Nick
Nate
Sorelli.
Bimel to the plate first for the Miners.
Nick Sorelli? Nick Sorelli has a man of many names, as he likes to be called Squirt by his teammates.
There's a check swing foul. Yeah, Sorelli sporting a new mustache. He's clean shaven when he got here, but he's growing it out now. He can grow a mustache quick. Little handlebar action as 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Nick Sorelli.
Just really embracing the Alaskan Wildman Fisher type that he has become since he's been here.
Sorelli struck out a couple of times today, in danger here for the 3rd time, as he does this time looking. Sorelli put down on 3 pitches, his 3rd strikeout of the game, and now it's going to bring up Tyler Rando.
And right now, Sundine's just giving them more and more reason that he has no possible need for anyone in the bullpen right now.
Rando has been excellent. Tyler Rando, who got his first hit in a Miners uniform earlier. That was back in the 4th. Singled up the middle. Go in here against Sundine. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 1 on the outside edge, and Zack Sundine continues to spin that breaking ball for strikes. When he can do that, nearly unhittable. Another breaking ball over the outside edge, strike 2. I mean, that is literally unhittable when he can spot that right. Quickly 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Zack Sundine as he is just dicing up this Miner lineup.
He has proven that there's no
Left
reason
fielder, number 36,
that anyone else on this
Ferreira.
Chinooks roster should have more innings pitched than him right now, the way he's looked.
6 strikeouts so far through 5 2/3 is now with 2 away. It's Mike Ferreira to the plate. He's hit by a pitch in his last at-bat as there's a fastball off the plate, ball 1. Yeah, Sundine might be the first pitcher we've seen all year to throw primarily breaking balls and not primarily fastballs. As here's the 1-0. It missed inside. 2-0 on Mike Ferreira.
Well, as soon as Ferreira didn't swing at that first pitch, ended his chance at an immaculate inning, and now he seems like he's losing a bit control.
Misses again there. It's 3-0. Ferreira trying to get on here with 2 outs. Sam Thompson due up next. Pitch. Fastball, strike 1. Sundine getting that over. Interesting on Zack Sundine is he only pitched 15 innings this spring at MSU Denver. Is a 3-1 count on Ferreira, but he did have a good ERA. Even 3 ERA, 13 strikeouts in 15 innings. As there's a fastball called strike 2, and that was a generous strike call on the inside half. Ferreira certainly thought he had ball 4, but now he's back in 3-2.
And Sundine might have a fan behind the plate as well.
Here's a fastball on the hands, lined. Nice catch by Matt Magnow. A looping liner into short right. Magnow going out, reaching over his shoulder to make the catch, and that'll do it here in the 6th for the Miners. 1-2-3 inning again for Zack Sundine. We'll head to the 7th. Miners trail 4-0 here from Herman Brothers Field. We'll be back in just a few moments. We're back here from Herman Brothers Field as we start at the top of the 7th. Nate Bimel has already racked up 4 strikeouts in just an inning and 2/3 back out. Will Bat's leadoff hitter due up as he watches strike 1. Yeah, Bimel has looked fantastic out of the pen for the Miners.
Right now we're seeing a really strong matchup between lefty pitchers. Sundine out of the bullpen, but both are looking great.
As Bat swings through a fastball 0-2, Bimel's getting a ton of swings and misses, and that's been kind of the trend for him this year. He winds now. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just off the outside edge. Bimel 1-2 now on Will Batts. Batts struck out swinging a couple of times and hit a rocket single in the 5th as he swings and misses there. Up high, Nate Bimel give him 5 strikeouts in just 2 total innings now.
Up next by the
Now,
Sharks.
it's going to be the second hitter in the order, John Mark Mullins, who's 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles. Yeah, Bimel recorded 6 outs in this game, 5 of them by the strikeout variety.
Almost matched his season total in strikeouts in this game alone. Had 7 before today, 5 now in this game, as Reese had mentioned.
All but one of them by the swinging variety of strikeout. As swinging there is John Mark Mullins. I mean, Bimel has got really, really good stuff. He has impressed me and a lot of people here with what he's offered. He didn't have like we said earlier, he didn't have a chance to pitch this year. And he's certainly making up for lost time. On the 0-1, here it comes. Swing and a miss on the fastball. I mean, he is just locked in right now. Mullins resetting down 0-2. He's got a couple of hits today when he was behind in the count. First time down 0-2. Second hit when he was down 1-2 in the count as Bimel steps off.
Bimel's pretty quick in all of his motions. His setup, his delivery, even when he's shaking off the catcher and going into the delivery like this.
So there's the fastball way up, 2-2. I'd like to remind everybody listening that there is no smoking, vapor cigarettes, or tobacco in the ballpark. Herman Brothers Field is smoke/tobacco free. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and foul back to the screen. Mullins sticking around to see at least one more. And he just did something there that hasn't been very common for Chinooks hitters, which is actually making contact with a Nate Bimel pitch, even though it went foul.
It's a rarity from what we've seen so far in the past 2 innings.
So here comes a fastball up and away. So Bimel's another ball. Mullins working right back into this.
Mullins, one of the most consistent for them today.
There's another fastball upstairs. So Bimel ran it to 3-2 after being ahead 0-2.
Mullins really just trying to keep his above 500 day at the plate alive.
There's a fastball hit in the air towards left field. Moving over towards the line is Ferreira. He'll make the catch. So John Mark Mullins retired on a 3-2 pitch, and now it'll be Joe Keel. Keel on the day, grounded short in the first. The third, he grounded into a fielder's choice, and in the fifth, he walked. Keel for 2 on the day.
Catcher number 55.
Looking for his first hit. Miners with no activity in the pen. And why would they? Bimel just dotting up Chinooks hitters so far. First pitch. It's a breaking ball. Missed low and in. It's the 1-0. Fastball off the plate. 2-0. Bimel falling behind him now. Keel, right-handed batter. Here it comes. Fastball fouled back to the screen. 2-1. Even with the Miners down 4-0, really nobody's left Herman Brothers Field. Everybody wants to stick around to see if the Miners can have a late inning comeback, which they've already had this year. Most notably that 6-run comeback against the Bucks for their first win of the year in the 8th inning, as there's a beautiful breaking ball at the knees. It's 2-2.
And I'm sure word of that game spread real fast, as we had plenty of fans leaving early.
2-2 pitch misses up and away, so Bimel 3-2 now on Joe Keel.
Nobody wants to make sure that they miss another opportunity at a comeback. Miners still trailed by 4 now. Chance to end this here.
3-2 pitch swung on, fouled over the press box. Keel staying alive.
And you know Bimel really wants another strikeout, but he'd love to just get out of this inning too.
Bimel, the big lefty, stands somewhat how Chris Sale stands on the mound for the Boston Red Sox, as here comes the 3-2 breaking ball on a big hop out to the shortstop Bermudez. Throw to first just in time to get Keel, and Bimel works a scoreless 7th. 7th inning, stretch time here from Herman Brothers Field. But before we go to break, we'd like to give a sponsor to our 7th inning stretch sponsor, which is the Alaska Highway Safety Office. Stop speeding before it stops you. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Miners trail 4-0 here from Herman Brothers Field, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
6-2-7-6.
Welcome back into Herman Brothers Field as we start the bottom of the 7th. Miners still looking for their first run of the game. Bottom of the order, 7-8-9 due up. Sam Thompson, the first to the plate, as he's 1-0, and now 1-1 as he fouls that pitch back to the screen. Thompson on the day, 0 for 2. Grounded out to short in the 2nd, and lined out to the shortstop in the 4th. Pitch. Breaking ball. Sundine just doing such a good job all day of spinning that. It's 1-2. Back at it now. Here it comes. Missed the way in. Check swing from Thompson. Didn't go around. Seems it now 2-2. Now, maybe a little bit of stretching down the Chinooks bullpen as here's a fastball. Tap down to third. Fullerton missed it at third. It's going to go into short left. Thompson with a big round around first. He'll stay there. Be interesting to see what that scored. Sam Thompson, the dribbler up the third baseline. It's going to go down as an error against Peyton Fullerton as on the charge. That ball just somehow got right by his glove.
At the plate now for the Miners, second baseman number 8.
With the runner here. Nobody out to start the 7th. Josh Mrozek to the plate. Mrozek walked and struck out. 0 for 1 on the game as there's a breaking ball, ball 1. Mrozek trying to create some firepower for the Miners, or at least get on. Sundine, here's the 1-0. It missed up and away, so 2-0 now on Josh Mrozek. We said it a number of times, like feeling like Sundine might be losing a bit of command, but he always corrects himself. So let's hope that he can lose a little bit more here. 2-0. Here it comes. It's low and in, but called a strike.
Bit of forgiveness there from the home plate umpire on a few calls here and there, but due respect to Sundine for how far he's lasted into this game.
2-1 pitch. Fastball grounded right side. That's a base hit into right field. Thompson around second. He's going to hold there. So Josh Mrozek with his first hit of the day. And the Miners first and second now. Nobody out here in the 7th.
Miners haven't had too many issues putting people on base, whether that be by hit by pitch or hits themselves, but hasn't really been able to really draw anyone in. A lot of LOBs today for the Miners.
David Bermudez in now. 2 on, none out. Miners have had plenty of opportunities to score today, just haven't been able to bring him around. David Bermudez got his first hit in a Miners uniform back in the 4th. Made it all the way to third base as well as there's a breaking ball spun over the heart of the plate, strike 1. Tyler Wilson, top of the order on deck. Thompson sits on second. Over at first is Mrozek.
Bermudez almost had his first run as a Miner as well if it weren't for being Tyler Wilson caught stealing at third.
Checks the runner, squares the bunt as Bermudez. He got it, but it goes foul. So David Bermudez in a deep hole now, 0-2. He was probably hoping Sundine spun a breaking ball up there so you have more time to react and place that bunt down. Instead now, down in a deep hole, it's 0-2.
And right now, he would love to get back-to-back hits. But anything else, like watching the ball go by, we've only seen one real wild pitch, to say the least, but even that was well managed by Joe Keel behind the plate.
0-2 on Bermudez. Here it comes. Breaking ball line just foul down the third base line. Still 0-2. Chinooks with some action down in the pen. Looks like a right-hander throwing for Chugiak Eagle-River. Miners pen, no activity. So maybe Nate Bimel goes out there for his 3+ innings of work.
And that's a big jump for somebody that usually only goes 1 or 2 innings at a time. So he'll probably be sore a bit tomorrow and tonight, but
0-2 pitch is tapped down to third base. Tough hop. He'll go to second. Relay. Triple play. Oh my goodness. Peyton Fullerton turns a 5-4-3 triple play, and that'll end things here in the 7th. Miners get a couple men aboard, but David Bermudez taps into a head to the top of the 8th. Nate Bimel back on the mound for the Miners, and we'll be back here from Herman Brothers Field in just a bit. Welcome back here as we start the top of the 8th off that triple play, and the man coming to the plate now is the man who started that triple play, third baseman Peyton Fullerton. Fullerton 1 for 2 on the day, or rather 2 for 3 on the day. Fullerton single and a double, knocked in a run. Bimel back out for another inning of work as he has 1 strike here on Fullerton, and this 0-1 pitch is grounded to second. Up with it on the slow roller is the second baseman, Morozek, and he boots it. It's going to go down as an E4 on Josh Morozek on a slowly hit ball that he did not field cleanly. So the Chinooks have a runner on and nobody out here to start the 8th.
I don't think there's any doubt that Peyton Fullerton has been the best player for the Chinooks today. A pair of RBIs to his name on that single and double. That error just adds insult to injury for the Miners.
Bimel's first pitch is fouled back over the screen. 0-1 here. On the 5 hitting Johnny Graham, the DH. Graham on the day 0 for 3, including a strikeout. Bimel checking the runner. Here it comes. Check swing in the dirt, went around. Quickly 0-2 on Johnny Graham. Bimel's already struck out 5. The game looking for 6 right now. As now the home plate umpire is going to walk out and look at the baseball. Taking a peek at it. Hands it back to Bimel. Now he'll head back to the plate, maybe thinking a substance or something was on that baseball.
And it's not the rarest thing we've seen around baseball recently, but Bimel definitely isn't the kind of person. As you can see, it gets it right back. It's almost a compliment when you know you're not cheating, when you get it back, just to be like, yeah, I got a little nasty break going right now.
Major League Baseball cracking down on foreign substances in the past week as there's a wild throw over to first. It's by Sorelli all the way to the fence. Sorelli up with it, run around second. He's going to get into the third easily. Throw coming to the plate, and Fullerton stands at third now with nobody out here in the 8th. There's foul ground at Herman Brothers. Is not very close to the bases, and right there, that ball was thrown pretty hard over to first, rolled all the way, kind of near the Miners' bullpen, and there's just no chance anybody running on first is going to get anything less than third base.
Bimel tried to make it a fluid part of his sidestep there, just gets past him, and now Fullerton has gotten to third on errors alone from the Miners.
There's a fastball up to Johnny Graham, 1-2, infield drawn in with nobody out. Bimel setting. Right-handed batting Graham. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, line softly, and that's going to get into center field. That ball hit right next to the second base bag, but with the infield drawn in, they had no shot at it. And there is a soft RBI single to center by Johnny Graham, his first hit on the day. Count that as his first RBI as well. 5-0 Chinooks.
That might be the softest shot you've seen today. When you're watching it from our spot, it looks like it might be so easy to draw something like that in. But the placement of it alone to go against the shift is just so tough on Josh Morozek.
Now batting into the box is Hayden Keller as he watches ball 1. Chinooks breaking this one open late. Squid 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and now 1 in the 8th. There's still nobody out as Keller takes a big swing through the fastball and misses. Strike 1. Now, some movement down in the Miners' pen. Guys moving around down there. Bimel sets. Fires. Runner takes off for second. It's a ball. Throw down at second base is not in time. A better throw. The throw which skipped by the shortstop Bermudez. A better throw on the money probably would have gotten the runner, but the ball was in the dirt. Bermudez couldn't field it. And that'll go down as a stolen base for Johnny Graham. On second now. 2-1 count at the plate to Hayden Keller. Bimel taking a long look at the runner from the stretch as this ball is hammered way up in the air and foul. Hit that one a mile high. But the end result is just the foul ball, and it's 2-2 on Hayden Keller.
In the end, it's not about how high you can hit it. As long as you can keep it fair, that's all that matters. Bimel just hoping to get out of this, not allowing any more runs.
Really correct. Bimel steps off. Step back on. Face Hayden Keller here, 2-2, count even. On the stretch, here it comes, and it just missed upstairs. Bimel almost had another strikeout. Instead, it's 3-2 on Hayden Keller. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Nate Bimel. Give him 6 strikeouts on the game. Hayden Keller put away on strikes. It's Colby Ferris who homered earlier, stepping to the plate. MEA is proud to be celebrating 80 years of service to our members. Visit the MEA tent here at Herman Brothers Field by the concessions for some MEA swag. MEA is also giving away 2 kids' bikes today. Kids can grab a ticket to enter, and winners do not need to be present to win. As Bimel now facing Ferris, fastball on the outside edge, strike 1. And now it looks like some real throwing down in the minors' pen. Looks like a right-hander.
In the mind of Nate Bimel, he wants to finish this out by himself. He created his own bed. He's trying to lay in it, and he's trying to finish this inning off with some heat.
Checks the runner back at second. A very long look. Here's the 0-1, and it missed up and away. So Bimel count even now. Miners have the day off tomorrow, but Thursday they will travel back to Chugiak to face these same Chinooks for a 7 p.m. start, and then Friday they will play in Anchorage against the Glacier Pilots. Here's the 1-1, swung on and hit hard, but way foul down the left field line. After those 2 games, Miners will travel down to Kenai, the peninsula, and take on the Oilers. The Oilers currently sitting at 2-4 as it stands right now. Bimel at the set. 1-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball just missed. 2-2. It'll be a 5-game set in the peninsula against the Oilers. Should be a fun series, Miners. Their only real road trip of the year. 5 days. That series will kick off on Saturday, 5 p.m.
Only real extended road trip. They have had a few trips to Anchorage, but definitely a shorter trip than it is to the Kenai Peninsula.
That'll be an overnight trip in Kenai. Now counts ran 3-2 here on Ferris. Bimel at the set. Here it comes on 3-2. Swing and a miss. Nate Bimel getting 7 Ks on the contest. That one swinging. He's got 6 out of the 7 swinging. And now it's going to bring up Matt Magno with runner on second and 2 away.
First baseman, number 17.
Now he has a chance to usurp his entire season total in a single outing if he's able to strike out this next batter, Nate Bimel. He might have given up that run in this inning. First one honestly shouldn't have been able to come by due to 2 errors, one of which is self-inflicted.
Here's a pitch popped up and back out of play down the first base line. Other games around the ABL, actually the only one, it's the Anchorage Bucks leading the Peninsula Oilers in the bottom of the 4th. So it's either a slow game or that score has not been updated. Anchorage Bucks sitting at last, trying to get their 3rd win of the year and draw closer to moving out of the bottom. As here comes the 0-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Actually, foul tip into the mitt of catcher Sam Thompson, and it's 0-2. Bimel can get the strikeout here. He'd have 8 strikeouts on the game in just 3 1/3.
Looking to do just that as he's going to step outside the box for a second. Magno,
Or 3 2/3 rather.
really gripping up on the bat. Obviously going to be a bit more defensive here.
Bimel. Set. 0-2 pitch. Fastball grounded slowly to third. Williams got it on a hop. Throw to first base in time, and Nate Bimel gets through 3 2/3 total, allowing just 1 run, striking out 7. So a pretty good outing out of the pen for the Columbia Southpaw. Well, at the bottom of the 8th, Miners still trail 5-0 now here from Herman Brothers Field. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back here as we start the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order for the Miners due up. They've had so many chances to scratch across runs this year, but it's honestly been a reoccurring theme throughout the year. The Miners have really struggled to hit with runners in scoring position. And that stands true today. Austin Robertson, one of the pitchers, is out to coach first base for the Miners. As there's a pitch on the plate rather, strike one.
Robertson does have some coaching experience
As
with the high schools around here.
Down the left field line, and that hit off the top of the fence. Foul down the left field line. Turned on by Wilson. He's down 0-2. Yeah, Robertson coaches American Legion, the Palmer squad. Here that plays at Herman Brothers Field as it's 0-2 on Wilson. Here it comes. Fastball off the plate, 1-2. Sundine's still out there, and action has stopped in the Chinooks bullpen. I mean, Sundine is cruising right now.
Chance for a complete game here.
There's a slider, it looked like, banged down the right field line, but foul. Wilson getting good swings on here. And for the Miners today, there hasn't been a whole lot of good swings on Zack Sundine. Name of the game is soft contact, and that's what he's doing.
Would have been great to get Wilson up in the last inning with the Miners. Really looking like they had a chance to load up the bases, but that triple play put that to a bed real quick.
The 1-2 misses. It's 2-2 as here it comes. Breaking ball swung on, lined into right field. Under it is Ferris. He'll move a few steps to his left and make the catch. Away here for the Miners in the 8th. Bring up to the plate Jordan Williams. Williams on the day 0-2. Got hit by a pitch. Help jumpstart that inning
Jordan
in
Williams
the 5th.
at the plate now for the Miners.
With the bases loaded and 1 out, Casey Rother flew out to center. The runner on third was David Bermudez. Over at second was Wilson. The throw went to third, and it got Wilson before Bermudez could touch the plate. As here's a tapper back through the middle. Jordan Williams fielded by the second baseman McKerman, and safe in the bag. Oh my goodness, Paddy Mckerman almost had another outstanding play, but a bang play at first, and Williams is safe here with 1 out in the 8th.
And we've already seen him give that off-balance throw. That time a bit of a jump throw, as we've seen a former Yankee do once or twice. But
Kermit's a shorter guy, and now with the bullpen activity heightening, out of the dugout for the Chinooks is their manager in the form of John Groth, and he's going to make a pitching change. An outstanding outing tonight for Zack Sundine. 7 1/3 strong innings, allowed just 6 hits. This is Chinooks. We'll call on a right-hander. We'll go take a break with them as the pitching change comes on. 1 out here and a runner on here at Herman Brothers Field. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in a few moments. We have a pitching change here in the Valley as JoJo Pemberthy will come on for the Chinooks. Pemberthy in his college year this spring at the Masters University, pitched 39 innings, an ERA just above 5. He is also not allowed a run yet this year. 6 total innings, 4 hits, or rather he has allowed a run, not an unearned run as he misses there, ball 1 to Casey Rother. Just 1 run allowed, which was unearned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Casey Rother looking to create some offense here, 1-0. Williams on at first. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit pretty deep in the left center field, going back to the wall, and off the wall. Williams around second, tearing for third. They're going to stop him at third. Casey Rother almost had another home run. He's hit 2 balls high off the wall in left center this year. And Casey Rother with a 1-out double, so second and third, and Nick Sorelli coming to the plate.
Sorelli already had a tough day so far. Got the Triple Crown.
Yeah,
2 strikeouts looking, 1 swinging. Really needs to avoid the Golden Sombrero, especially with 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out. They could use another hit just like the one Rother gave him.
It would be ideal. Sorelli has been slumping over his last few games, but a hit here would right some of those wrongs. 2 runners on, 1 out. As first pitch swinging is a rope just foul up the first base line. Sorelli now down 0-1. He gets to face a right-hander for the first time today, so maybe that can be good kryptonite for him. Right-hander Pemberthy is not allowed an earned run yet this year. He's not tasked with the runner on third. That was inherited as this pitch hits Sorelli on the lower leg. So the Miners, again, bases loaded, 1 out. And don't look now, but all of a sudden, standing in the on-deck circle in the form of Mike Ferreira is the tying run.
Check your phone, make sure you have it. Found cell phone.
Be Tyler Rando, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. Bases loaded, 1 out.
So before they can worry about that tying run, they got to make sure they avoid leaving more men stranded, especially with one only 90 feet away.
Aaron Walters is actually going to come pinch hit for Rando now, off the bench. The D2 All-American. First pitch is a strike at the knees. So Walters now down 0-1. He got a hit yesterday in his first start of 2021. Was a minor in 2018 and 19. Longest tenured minor. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the outside edge. Walters falling behind with 2 taken strikes, and it's 0-2. Infield playing straight up for the Chinooks, even with bases loaded. Walters in. 0-2. Called strike 3. Walters heads back to the dugout. No argument. Comes off the bench. 3 straight looking strikes. Not what the Miners wanted there. And now they're in real danger of leaving the bases loaded again.
And Walters has been put in positions as a DH for this team so far already. He's been proven that he can deliver, but just 1, 2, 3, Pemberthy took advantage of that whole at-bat.
Ferreira to the plate now. Bases loaded, 2 out. Miners have had so many chances to score today. Can Ferreira finally break through? Pemberthy, first pitch. Breaking ball, just missed, 1-0. Pemberthy throws kind of from that sidearm angle. More of a 3/4, I guess you could say. And now trying to work around a lot of damage. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball line back up the middle, but it's caught by McKerman. On the line, Paddy Mckerman makes another play, and the Miners leave them loaded again. We'll head to the 9th. Miners trail 5-0 here from Berman Brothers Field, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Cell phone found. and Wolf. On the mound now.
Welcome back here to the Valley as we have a new pitcher on Nate Bimel. We're 3 and 2 innings of just 1-run baseball, and Evan Wolf, a right-hander from Kent State, will come on to pitch for the Miners as he'll face McKerman and then the top of the order here in the 9th. Wolf trying to at least give the Miners a chance at 5-0. Here's a pop-up into foul ground. Long run for Sorelli, and he just won't get there.
Sorelli was ready to hustle right into the rubble, almost going back into his dugout to get that one.
The wood plank leading out of the Miners' dugout for cleats getting onto the grass.
Could be dangerous.
Yeah, that would have been a dangerous play to dive. Anyway, on the year, Evan Wolf has a 3.60 ERA, 5 innings. He's allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Hasn't walked a man, struck out 2. 0-1 here on McKerman. Breaking ball, strike. Evan Wolf straight over the top with that breaking ball. Looked like a curve, 0-2. Looking for his 3rd strikeout of the year. And he gets it. Fastball, elevated, swinging through that is Paddy Mckerman. And there's 1 away here in the 9th.
Miners have looked a lot more locked in on the mound in the second half of this game, especially really racking up the strikeout numbers now. But a bit too late as your offense can't keep pace with you.
8 total strikeouts for Miners relievers today. Now it's Will Batts, top of the order. First pitch, swing and a miss. Batts on the day does have 3 strikeouts, but he singled and scored in the 5th. 1 for 4 day. Pitch off the plate, 1-1. Wolf appears to have the 9th all to himself. No action in the Miners bullpen for the Chinooks. It looks like a right-hander warming up down the pen. Pitch from Wolf. Curveball, strike. And the count now on Batts. 1-2. Some fans now filing out of Herman Brothers Field. Still plenty on hand as the 1-2 pitch is lined over a jumping Bermudez into short left center field. Will Batts with his 2nd hit of the day, 2nd single at that, and now it's going to bring up John Mark Mullins with 1 away here in the 9th.
Batts has really been a back-and-forth player so far in this game. Started with 2 strikeouts, responding with a hit, back to strikeout, back to hit. It's a real seesaw effect.
You're not lying there. Batts has looked really uncomfortable, really in all of his strikeouts. But those 2 hits today, looming large, as John Mark Mullins to the plate, 2 for 4 day. Singled twice, knocked in a run. The UAB shortstop batting 2nd for the Chinooks as the first pitch is a fastball just above the belt, or above the letters rather, ball 1.
And Mullins has been one of those players that will not allow himself to be struck out by these pitchers. He's made sure everything that they've put him away on has been in the field.
To give a shout out to our Day at the Park sponsor, MEA Kids Day, as there is a fastball just missing inside. So Wolf's falling behind now 2-0 with 1 out here in the 9th. Evan Wolf, redshirted this year at Kent State, a Gahanna, Ohio native. 2-0 coming. Fastball fouled away by John Mark Mullins. 2-1 now. Wolf trying to work quickly. Mullins taking his time in between pitches. Mullins left-handed batter. Slightly open stance. Keeps that back foot back. Bat over the shoulder as there's strike 2. Umpire made a called strike 3 call, not realizing the count. And it's 2-2 now. Behind the plate. Home plate umpire ready to punch him out, I guess. A little practice there. It's 2-2 on Mullins. Evan Wolf will try to make him do that same animation back-to-back times.
He's just a big fan of the true eccentric parts of the game.
As there's a pitch fouled off by John Mark Mullins. That's inching off first. Somewhat surprised he didn't try to take off there. He had a pretty big lead over at first. But regardless, we'll do it again. 2-2 on Mullins. Up next would be Joe Keel. Wolf at the set. As that pitch is fouled away again, that time a breaking ball. Still alive is John Mark Mullins. This entire lineup for the Chinooks has had success. Only one batter on the entire team has not reached base today. That's Hayden Keller, who's 0 for 4. All 8 other bats in this lineup have reached base at least once. Here's the 2-2 again. Fastball swung on, popped up fairly deep to left field, but Ferreira has a beat on it as he drops back a couple of steps. He'll make the catch. 2 away. Send Joe Keel to the plate. Keel has actually been aboard twice, although one was on a fielder's choice, which will go down as an 0 for. It's 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. There's Evan Wolf. Now tries to work around the 1-out single. Keep the Miners down 5 going into the bottom of the 9th.
Similar to how you had mentioned Hayden Keller being one of the few that had not been on the bases, Joe Keel and himself are the only 2 without actual hits in this game for the Chinooks.
Keel takes ball 1 there. In other games, the Bucks currently lead the Peninsula Oilers 5-1 as there's a breaking ball at the knees, strike 1 called to Joe Keel. Here's the pitch. Runner doesn't take off. Thought he might for a second. That ball stung into right center field, but plenty enough hang time for Tyler Wilson to move over and get it in right center field. We'll head to the 9th. Miners trying to at least not be shut out in this game. And as they bat in the bottom of the 9th, we'll take a short break here from Herman Brothers Field. Welcome in to the bottom of the 9th. Miners trying to at least get on the board here. 7-8-9 due up. Sam Thompson the first to the plate as we have a new pitcher on. Former Reese Lansville representing the Reese name well. Reese Lansville, 5'10", 195 pounds from University of Arkansas, Little Rock. Pitched a couple innings this year at Little Rock, but nothing really too big of note. But big of note right now is he has 3 appearances in the ABL, 3 innings, has not allowed a hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, no runs allowed for Lansville as there's ball 1 to Sam Thompson, who's just looking to get aboard in any way he can.
And seems the only way to get aboard against Lanesville would be to take a walk, 3 of those on the season, but like you said, no hits.
Thompson in as he takes ball 2 from Lansville.
It's eerily similar how close your two's name is.
Yeah.
Lannon and Lanesville.
And both the same spelling of Reese. Some people spell R-E-E-C-E, as we know from the other day. Somebody within the minors organization spelled it like that, as there's a swing and a miss by Thompson, 2-1. But yeah, Reese isn't the most common name, so kind of cool to see somebody out here. A lot of common names like Sean.
Sean's the better name.
Debatable. I mean, that's one of the best chocolates in the world. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Thompson. Fastball off the plate, 3-1. Although I do say it's one of the best.
Is that what you're actually named after?
Chocolates in the world. No, I like the name. The name.
Okay.
No, my parents did not name me after that. Fortunately, 'cause it's 3. Actually, that'd be kind of cool, honestly, in my personal opinion. Here's a 3-1 to Thompson, swung on and fouled back out of play, 3-2. But I should say, in my personal opinion, Reese's are probably not my favorite. What's your favorite kind of candy bar?
I like Butterfingers a lot. Butterfingers are my favorite.
That's interesting. You don't hear that a ton.
No, it's not the most common, but it's the best in my opinion.
Personally, I'd have to go probably Twix or Kit Kat. Snickers up there too. And can't go wrong with the old classic Hershey. So here's the 3-2. It's a fastball called strike 3. Thompson clearly not in agreement.
He made a demonstration out of that, tossing his bat too, like he was going for a walk.
He's put away looking. Yeah, it was a nice little bat toss by Thompson. Regardless, 1 out.
Next,
Josh
second
Morozek.
baseman, number 8,
Morozek.
Josh
Put him on a couple
Morozek.
times today. 1 for 2 days. Singled and walked. Made it over to third in the 3rd inning, but was unable to be brought around.
Morozek being put back into this after missing a few games for injury. He's proven why he's so important with his on-base ability.
Fastball driven deep right field, way back and off the top of the wall. Morozek digging into second, has to go quickly. Josh Morozek showcasing some power. How about that? Almost got out of here. The second ball for the Miners to hit off the top of the wall. Morozek saying, I'm not just a shorter speed guy. He put some power into that. There's a 1-out double for Morozek.
Shortstop,
To the plate, David Bermudez. Bermudez on the day, 1 for 3, but most notably on the day, did ground into that triple play back in the 7th with 2 on and none out. That was a fantastic triple play that went Fullerton to McKerman to Magno.
It was also very painful.
Yeah, painful for the Miner faithful, I'm sure. Miner faithful, speaking of that, still tons of fans in the stands. They're here for it through the thick and thin as there's a fastball up and in from Lansville, ball 1.
You do see some people beginning to roll out as you could see the Miners being down to their last 2 outs, but you're never out of this game until it's absolutely over, and Morozek giving him a chance to at least end that shutout here.
Bermudez looking for a multi-hit game. Here it is. Fastball off the plate, 2-0. In line for the win on the day for the Chinooks would be their left-hander in the form of Zack Sundine. Losing pitcher would be for the Miners, Daniel Naughton. 2-0 now on Bermudez. Here it is. Fastball missed low. 3-0 on David Bermudez. Trying to work a walk. Bermudez in a very hitter-friendly count, 3-0. Holding the bat over that right shoulder. 3-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees. Strike 1. Nobody holding Morozek on at second, so he's getting a pretty big lead out there.
Even if he gets a nice fly out to tag up, he has the speed to make it to third, but he would love to get to third without sacrificing an out.
Lansville checks the runner. 3-1. Fastball swung on, popped up into foul ground, and that's going to drift back out of play. Magno gave it a run. Couldn't get it, and the count is full on David Bermudez. Miners had Tons of chances in this game. You can't say that they were completely shut down all day. Had bases loaded a couple of times, had first and second a couple of times, had a runner at third once. Just haven't been able to get them home. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing, and a miss. Bermudez down on strikes. It's his first strikeout of the day. And now the Miners down to their final out. It'll be Tyler Wilson to the plate. Wilson board once with a single. 1 for 4 on the day. He's going to be batting from the left side here for the second time today in his 5th at-bat, facing a right-hander. Miners 1 out away from being shut out. Great pitching performance from the Chinooks today. Wilson, first pitch, ball low, 1-0. He can somehow reach Jordan Williams. He'll be next. Williams on the day, 1 for 4. Miners also haven't bounced into a double play, which has hurt them a lot this year. Have been able to avoid it, just hasn't amounted to anything on the scoreboard as Wilson shoots that back on a play. 1-1.
I think all pride of avoiding double plays is lost once you hit into an even more dreaded triple play.
I'd agree with that. It's 1-1 here with 2 away in the 9th. Miners down to their last out. At the set is Lansville. Here it comes. Fastball fouled back to the screen, or over the screen rather. 1-2. So the Miners down to their last strike now. 2 away here in the 9th.
And you can tell Wilson really wants to be the one to avoid the shutout all by himself. Got a bit too far under that one. He's going to chip it back towards the audience. But you can love the passion he's going to put into that swing. Just puts him more susceptible to a strikeout here should he do the same.
Morozek out on second. Checking the runner is Lansville. Here it comes. Breaking ball fouled away. So Wilson extends his at-bat to see at least one more. Still 1-2.
And like you said, it's not like we haven't had plenty of at-bats for the team today. This will be the 5th at-bat for Tyler Wilson in the leadoff position, but just can't seem to really bring anyone across home plate tonight for the Miners.
Assuming the Chinooks hold on in this one, they'd even the season series between these two clubs up at 2 apiece. Lansville checks the 1-2 in the dirt, or rather, maybe just against the dirt. Good catch down there by Joe Keel, who's been really solid behind the plate today for the Chinooks, as it's at 2-2 now with 2 away.
And to Keel's credit, we haven't even thought about a wild pitch or anything like that. Credit also to these pitchers for their control, but
Chinooks have been really clean today, and a lot of that is contributed to the starter. 2-2 pitch coming from Lansville. Breaking ball swung on, hit into left field. Going back is the left fielder in the form of Keller. He'll make the catch. And that'll do it today from Herman Brothers Field. Miners drop this one 5-0. A fantastic pitching performance out of Zack Sundine. 7 1/3 shutout innings. And the bullpen gets the rest. Once again, 5-0 today. The winning pitcher was Sundine. Taking the loss for the Miners was Daniel Naughton. That is his first loss of the year. Miners with an off day tomorrow. They'll be back on Thursday in Chugiak with a road tilt. That game will start at 7:05. We'll be on the air a few minutes before first pitch. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening to this contest. I myself, Reese Landon, along with my partner Sean Neese, signing off today. 5-0 Miners loss here in the Valley. We hope to see you again on Thursday. Take care, everyone.
The Chugiak Eagle-River.